One of my favorite things to do this time of year is go outside, fire up the griddle, fire up the smoker, and do a big pork butt or some ribs or a nice brisket. To maximize the flavor of those cuts of meat, you need a really good dry rub. Now you can find stuff like this in the store, but they're loaded down with sugar, ingredients you can't pronounce, and who knows what natural and artificial flavors are. So today on Southern Keto, I want to show you my favorite sweet and smoky dry rub. And hey, don't tell anybody there's no sugar in it. Stick around. Now, not only is this sweet and smoky dry rub absolutely delicious, it's also gonna save you some bucks by making it yourself. You probably already have all the ingredients in your pantry. Now, some of them may be pushed back a little further in the pantry than others, but I'm pretty sure you got them all. If not, you won't have to buy but one or two things. I'm gonna use one of my favorite sweeteners in this to give it a great backbone that's gonna complement any kind of meat that you want. You can even do chicken with this. You can do a whole chicken, you can do chicken breasts. Hey, whatever you like. While it's great on ribs, brisket, and pork butt, it's great on any kind of meat you want to put it on. Even just as a seasoning and not necessarily as a dry rub. A great rub is key to getting good meat for your cookouts, get-togethers, and whatever else you got going on this time of year. So let's get in the kitchen and let me show you what you need to put together my sweet and smoky dry rub. Now, the first thing you're gonna need for this rub is your favorite brown sweetener. Now, you know I love this Splenda Magic Baker's Brown. Now, it doesn't have the junk in it the original Splenda does. It's a combination of erythritol, allulose, and stevia, and it's the brown sugar version. It's absolutely delicious and the cleanest you can get out there. The next thing you're gonna need is some smoked paprika. Now, I do not use regular paprika in this because I want to bring out the smoky flavor, because I want to be able to flavor my meats a lot of times without having to go out and smoke something in the smoker for 4 or 5 hours. I have a lot easier techniques, but you got to get the smoky flavor in there. The next thing you're going to need is your favorite all-purpose seasoning, and I love this all-purpose seasoning. But if you need to use seasoning salt or slap your mama or whatever you got, that's fine. Emerald's Essence is a good one. Whatever you got, just use it. Next, you're gonna need some black pepper, and for this rub, I love using coarse black pepper. But if all you have is fine ground, that's fine. And it's ground. Just use that. And you're gonna need some salt. Now, I love to use the Redmond's Real Salt, or you can use pink Himalayan. Either one, just make sure you don't get that refined white salt. Make sure you get something pink that's got the minerals left in it. You're gonna need some chili powder, and don't freak out. Look in the description. I've got the recipe down there, so don't worry about how much it is. Just watch and enjoy. When you get ready to make it, go down to the description box and all the amounts will be in there. Now, if you're liking this video and you don't subscribe to my channel already, what are you waiting for? Hit the button down there, hit the bell beside it, and anytime I upload a new seasoning video or any other video, you'll know about it. Then you're gonna need your favorite garlic powder. I love this one from Badia. And you're gonna need some onion powder. This one I get at Walmart. I just usually get the cheapest ones that I can find. And the last thing you're gonna need is a little bit of cayenne pepper. And don't worry, there's not enough in here to make a huge spicy difference, but you want a little bit of heat in there just to make it proper. And now, if you're looking for the easiest recipe that I've ever posted on my channel, this is it. Just get you a airtight glass container, because if you want to store this, you can. Now, if you're doing a couple racks of ribs, this is going to make enough for that. But I'm just going to measure out the Magic Baker's Brown into here, or your favorite brown sweetener. And the next thing I'm going to go in with is that smoked paprika. So I'll just measure the smoked paprika out and put it in there. And now it's time for the all-purpose seasoning, or whatever kind of seasoning you want. Seasoned salt is fine. Slap your mama's fine. I like a nice Cajun blend for this. The next thing I'm going to add to this is the black pepper. And like I said, I like the coarse.
especially with ribs and especially with brisket. The coarse just gives it a nice texture, but you can use fine if that's what you have. And then we'll just go in with that beautiful mineral rich salt, either the Redmond's or the pink Himalayan. Now it's time to go in with the chili powder, and make sure you use regular chili powder and not the dark kind, because that's a milder flavor, and we want that bold chili flavor for this rub. And then I'm going to add in the garlic powder and the onion powder. These two are essential for a proper rub. And then last but certainly not least is the cayenne pepper. Now listen, I know what you're thinking. It's going to be hot, it's going to be spicy, but you need this just for that little bit of heat. It's not going to be overwhelming, but you really need it. So make sure you put that in. And now that you got all the spices in there, it's time to shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Well, I mean, you can shake your booty too, but make sure you shake all these spices up. And because the brown sugar's in there, you may have to get either a spatula, a spoon, a knife, a fork, or something just to get it all in there proper. Because that brown sweetener tends to clump up just a little bit, and you want it all evenly distributed, because when you go to coat the meat with it, you want it to be a nice dry rub that's a good consistency. Now once that's all well combined and everything's broken down, if you want to store it, just put a lid on your glass container. It needs to be airtight, just so it doesn't get any moisture in there and get crazy. But like I said, if you're doing a couple racks of ribs, this is just enough for a couple racks. And you can always double or triple this recipe, keep it in an airtight container, so you got enough for things that you want to do later on. And I've still got a few little lumps and chunks in there, but hey, when I go to put it on the meat, I'm just going to break those up a little bit. So if you don't get it perfect the first time, that's okay. Just break it up a little before you rub your meat down with it. It's going to be just fine. Oh man, that meat's going to love this. And if you have it stored in an airtight glass container and you're ready to use it, just take your spatula like this and break it up just a little bit, and it's going to be just fine. Hey, and please let me know if you enjoy it. And then you can just take this sweet and smoky rub and put it on whatever meat you want to season. Tonight, I'm doing some beautiful ribs, but do the brisket, do the pork butt, whatever you like.
Now that you've got your rub put together, what do you put it on? Well, I've got two videos over here that I think you'll like. It works great for both of them. Let me know what you think. Thanks for sharing these videos, all your likes and comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.